Grand rising to the collective, man. Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop that upload. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos a week, man. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. When you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, it helps the collective get bigger. Helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. Man, and I ain't gonna hold you. I would like to go ahead and say, I love the collective. I love doing these videos, man. I'm in the process of getting the merchandise situated right now. It's gonna take some minute. I take my time and I like to be patient with a lot of things. I don't like to force a lot. I know I've been saying it's coming. Y'all been asking me over and over, when is it coming? I like to keep y'all informed as much as possible. And this is like last video I told people who like the music what was going on with that. Clothing will be coming soon. I'm in the process with it. Clothing store will be online. When it comes up and it drops, I'll drop the link. Y'all go straight to it. Get whatever you want. Give me some time though. I'm working on it. But I ain't gonna hold you. This is the 4th video, man. I'm glad to do this for y'all. Let's get to the video, man. Let's go.
Africanism isn't just failing, guys. It's dying, and dying fast. Some of the biggest Pan-Africans on TikTok are admitting defeat.
Told you I'm the wrong person to play with when it comes to those stars. You can keep the stars.
You see, if you admit that the stars are in America, then you already lost. Checkmate. The game is over, and you don't even know it. You're finished.
He looks, he gives to Jordan. Jordan to the circle, puts the shot in the air. Good! The game's over, and the Bulls have won. Jordan beat him at the buzzer with a jump shot in the circle, and Chicago has knocked off the Cavs 101 to 100.
You can keep the stars. I don't care about that.
That's the only time you ever hear a Pan-African saying they don't care about the stars, is when they discover that it's over the Americas. We can't make this stuff up, guys. They admit defeat, and they say that they don't care about that. And then they still want to debate knowing that they lost. When you admit the stars, the game is over. It's where the Orient is, where everyone comes from.
Sirius and Orion are critically important because they represent Isis and Osiris, the god and goddess from which all of Egyptian civilization and ultimately all of human civilization supposedly sprang. So to the ancient Egyptians, Osiris was Orion. That constellation actually was the literal living embodiment of the great god Osiris, who was always over our heads, always looking down upon us, and always judging us, because in the end, he would be the guy that would decide whether we got eternal life or whether we were recycled back through the spiritual mulch and had to start all over again.
He dies.
Pan-Africanism is dying, and America's the real ancient Egypt.
Elon Musk posted this yesterday over on X. This is a test. And funny enough, last night, millions of people around the world, cell phones went off with a SOS message, letting them know that they were not going to be able to make phone calls or call 911. I just uploaded a video not too long ago explaining what they're saying is the reason why we had this outage. Make sure you check that out. In this video, I want to show y'all the gematria calculator when you put in "this is a test." When you press calculate, get ready, end of the world, XRP Phoenix, new currency, start now, flux capacitor. That is a pretty good gematria right there. Now, let's remain calm, take everything with a grain of salt, but I do believe that 2024 all will be revealed. But as we leave our old world behind, we're going to be entering into a new world because it is coming. This is why it's so important to know what you hold. Let's go. Make sure you're tapping in with me over on X for more exclusive content. Let's go.
That clip, he talking about Pan-Africanism. When he say reincarnation, that look like the moon. That looked like the moon, bro. That looked like the moon. But anyways, on the next clip, a lot of y'all said y'all phones went out. I got AT&T. My phone didn't go out. I didn't have an outage. But what I have had though, I be sleep. I like to turn my frequencies on. On YouTube, I be on my frequencies and I meditate. I do my 369, I meditate, I manifest. For whatever reason, I don't have the setting to turn off. I don't have the setting for the YouTube to turn off or anything. All of a sudden, internet connection just goes out. It just started happening though. I don't know what that's about. And then I could be trippy. I could be trippy. Y'all know when you could be looking too deep and you like, bro, why is this happening? And it's something simple. I don't know. I don't think it's something simple though, but I just thought that was a little side note. We talking about power outages and phones going out and internet connection is disconnected. I know that's the only thing I've had, but my phone didn't go. I've had my service. No power outage, no nothing, but I did see people going crazy on social media about that. Twitter was going crazy, X was going crazy, I mean, and Instagram. That's what I saw. And then I slightly see it on TikTok when I'm trying to grab little compilations, but
Yo, what up, man? It's French Dose, and we about to talk about it. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only. All right, so y'all saw that, right? They said Beyonce broke the internet. She broke the internet, all right. Look at how spaced out she looks, bro. And did y'all notice her hand movements, right, when the video was playing? But I want y'all to pay attention to this. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, she broke the internet, all right, bro. She broke the internet, all right. She's throwing it in our faces. I'll say me too, because I witnessed it. Right? But a lot of y'all support this and a lot of y'all get upset when I expose this. And it's right in front of y'all face, bro. The Super Bowl proved that she's a clone. Not only is she upset with the fact that that demon over there, Taylor Swift, right, is winning every time for the Grammys and pass her every time, right? But she's throwing it in our face that she's a clone, bro. The music video was the red and black checkers board right there. That's just one thing, one example right there. This her being a robot, right? Take a look at this. Look at her hands. Look at the difference in her hands, bro. Look at the difference. Look at the difference, period. Not just the tone and the color, right? Even though that's crazy, right? But the way her fingers and how long her fingers are. And how thick her fingers are, and this was within days. This was within days. One was the awards, and one was the Super Bowl. A week's difference, and it looks like that. Let's go to the next one. Y'all can't tell me that y'all don't see that, bro. Y'all can't tell me that y'all don't see that, man. My name French Dose. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm here to expose this, man. I'm here to expose these people. Stop idolizing these celebrities. They casting spells on y'all while they shape-shifting right in front of you. Literally right in front of you. She's upset, still crying about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is a white woman in America. Of course she's going to win the Grammys every year. Of course she is, and you know that. That's the thing. You know that, and Jay-Z knows that too. And that goof, that clone, Kanye West, right? Who pled allegiance to Jay-Z and swallowing man. You know what? I'm not even going to go there. But even he was trying to go up against Taylor Swift. Who cares, man? Who cares about them awards over there? And I'm not trying to be racist at all. I'm mixed. I can't be. Stop idolizing these celebrities. They not in your best interest. These are demon people, bro. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only, yo. It's right there in front of your face, man. Pay attention. Leave it in the comments, hit the like button, and make sure y'all follow me here for more, man. Salute.
Now, the things he was pointing out, they don't really move me. When we seen clips of her being Sasha Fierce on stage, now that moved me. This one didn't really move me. I'ma just go ahead and be honest, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Them last 2 pictures he showed, man, that one on the left, she cold, bruh. Beyonce always been cold. She cold. She cold. That one on the left, she was right. The one on the right, this look like she might be getting a little older. Like she didn't have all the makeup and all her face done. Somebody can disagree. That's fine. That's what this here for. Not to disagree all the time, but voice your opinion. He said, why they so busy trying to go up against Taylor Swift? Well, why we all talk about Taylor Swift? We could say the same thing. Now, let's just say, we're gonna go down 2 scenarios. Let's just say that they all doing witchery. They all do witch stuff. Or they all doing some type of evil something. And let's say she is trying to battle with her to be the queen. Be the top. I don't know. That could be the case. But what if they wasn't demonic or something, or evil? And Jay, Yeezy, and Beyonce, they trying to take her down. Because they like, nah, we just trying to infiltrate. We trying to play the role fool to fool. We looking like this, but really we trying to take over so we can do something right. I'm reaching. I said it's two scenarios. I'm just coming up with topics, man. I don't mean I believe it. I don't mean I disbelieve it. Either one that I brought up. I'm just asking a question. What if that was the case? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's an interesting topic, but I didn't see nothing in that clip. It didn't move me. I don't really think that was exposing anything, or. But again, it's entertainment, right? Entertainment purposes. Some of this is entertainment, some of this is truth, some of this is knowledge. But again, some of it's entertainment.
Is Aon Bush known? I am an active duty member of the United States Air Force. I'm about to engage in an extreme act of protest.
Sorry, that man later on died. From what I heard, yeah, he did get put out. Active member, and he felt enough is enough. And it's a shame. But I don't even know what to say right now. I don't. It's shit. I think that's how everyone feels, honestly. I'll say this. The strength that man had. Because if you watch the full video, to be burning alive, and the only thing that he would say, as calm as he could without portraying pain, was free Palestine. That was the message he wanted, and he was willing to give his life for it. You guys have a good day.
These shockwaves, born from the atoms splitting, reverberated across dimensions, inadvertently disrupting the UFOs that had permeated our world. The consequence of these dimensional shockwaves was a series of UFO crashes, starting with the infamous Roswell incident in 1947. However, the story takes a dramatic turn when we explore the impact of nuclear testing on the phenomenon. It is conceivable that the immense energy released during the nuclear tests caused a disruption in the UFO's ability to maintain their presence in our reality.
When I look at the Matrix, I understand what the Matrix is. A Matrix is a virtual reality. That's what the Matrix consists of. We are in the Matrix because we are all trapped in the Matrix. Now, what does the Matrix want from us? That's the key.
Yeah.
And what it wants from us is we're like food.
What do you mean by that?
Bees, honeybees. They go on all day collecting pollen.
Yeah.
And then they go back to the hive and they convert it into honey. We are the bees for the Matrix. So what happens is we go out there and instead of pollen, we connect emotional energy. We get upset at people. We yell at people. We worry. We get sad every day. We collect all that emotional energy. And then we go to sleep. It feeds on the emotional energy that we collected. That's why sometimes you go to sleep for about 10 minutes. You wake up and you feel fine.
Yeah.
You feel refreshed. Sometimes you go to sleep for about 12 hours. You wake up and feel dead tired because you've been in there too long feeding. When I look at the Matrix, I understand what the Matrix is. A Matrix is a virtual reality. That's what the Matrix consists of. We are in the Matrix because we're all trapped in the Matrix. Now, what does the Matrix want?
Hey, he broke that down real well. And rest in peace to that man, the soldier. Rest in peace to him. Sad for him to be that calm and still say like free Palestine. It's crazy. That's crazy. That's not. That's. Yeah. Rest in peace to that man. Spam it up if you've heard about that topic. I didn't hear about that topic. I didn't even know that that's how it ended. I just seen kind of the beginning, and I was like, let me pause it. But to hear that, it's like, whoa. Yeah, rest in peace to that man.
Board, a talking board, or a spirit board. And this can be used as a tool to connect to the spirit realm. But beware, because 9 times out of 10, you are not connecting to your loved one. You don't know who you're connecting to. And you're opening the door for something that you know nothing about, which is what we did. So let's get into my story. I was in high school. It was a Friday night and I was at a sleepover and my friend came across her mom's board and she was like, hey guys, want to have some fun? It was storming. We were bored, couldn't go out and do anything. So we're like, yeah, let's do it. What could go wrong? And none of us thought this thing was going to work. So when we start talking to it, first we're trying to call on Tupac. I know, right? But we did. Nothing happened. So then I had just lost my dog. So I was like, I'm going to try to talk to my dog. Again, nothing happened. So we're like, okay, this is not working. Like, this is fake. This has all been some baloney. Like, we're done. My friend was like, no, I want to talk to my grandma. So we're like, okay, if it doesn't work after this, then we're just done. So we put our hands back on the planchette and she tries to contact her grandmother. Immediately, the candle flames start moving and we're looking at each other like, who's blowing the candle? Nobody. The candle wasn't even near us. It was on the other side of the room. And no, it wasn't the air moving. It gets cold in the room and we feel a draft. And my friends say that it looked like my eyes just kind of glazed over. And as soon as my eyes glazed over, I felt like really subhuman. I felt like I had superpowers. Like I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof and I was just wanting to just like get a thrill. We still hadn't let go of the planchette yet. She's asking questions and I'm just laughing and they're saying it's like this evil laugh that they had never heard before. Well, the laughing and my facial expressions started scaring them. So they get up to go leave the room and I jumped up and darted to the door before they could get to the door and I blocked the door. I would not let them out. They were like, Carla, this isn't funny. Like, what the hell are you doing? It was almost like I had no control over it. So I look at them and I'm like, you're not going anywhere. Where do you think you're going? And they're like, hold up. Nope, we're not doing this. Let us out. And they start banging on the door. So her parents come down and they're like, what's the problem? And they tell her that I wouldn't let them out. Her parents thought we were playing a game. So they let everybody out of the room and my friends took off running. One friend was so scared she ran home and they lived 20 miles from town. Everyone was terrified of me because I kept laughing that evil laugh every time they looked at me or talked to me that night. I felt like I just wanted a thrill, like almost evil. I had a pack of cigarettes in my hand and I held them so tightly that I crushed every cigarette that was in the pack. Even my friend's mom and dad were scared. At one point, I was just sitting there looking at the wall, rocking back and forth and humming. They ended up calling a preacher who said a prayer, and I was fine after that. We were told to get rid of it, so we did what we thought was best and burned it. It started screaming, so we buried it. And the next morning, it was on her mom's bed like nothing had ever happened to it. Talk about freaky. I don't know what happened to it, but you'd think I'd have learned my lesson from that, but I didn't. I have other stories, and if you guys want to know, just let me know.
Oh, she playing with fire, boy. She playing with fire. Why do everybody forget to end the game? Ain't you supposed to end it? Ain't that the rule? That's how you close the door. Why does everybody forget to end the game? They all just took off and ran it and they just instantly forget to end it. They just burn it. That don't work, bro. That don't work.
It's time for you to accept this massive awakening that's going on in your life right now. You ready, chosen? You've been praying for it. You've been praying for a new life. You've been praying for your kingdom spouse. You've been praying for new opportunities. The Most High say, accept it now. Accept it. I want to see somebody put in the chat right now. I'm accepting my new life. I want to see somebody put in the chat right now. I'm accepting my new life because the Most High heard your prayers. The Most High heard your prayers, chosen. But see, you got to understand that we got free will. You constantly staying stuck in the past and you can't walk into your future. The Most High say, accept this new life. Because if anybody deserves it, it's you, man. Know that.
Grand evening. Breaking news. LeBron James got called out by Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett was on his show with him and Paul Pierce. You know they got a show. And he said that LeBron is using Balco. For those who don't know what Balco is, go look it up. I'm going to give y'all, a little homework. Balco basically saying the biogenesis. For those who don't know what that is, that's a PED that a lot of athletes got in trouble for back in the days. His name was mentioned in a federal trial all the way back then. He was number 1 and Tiger Woods was number 2, but they made so much money for their collective sports, it got swept under the rug. You hear me? And y'all can look up what I'm saying is true and check it out. Rich Paul's name was mentioned in the indictment with LeBron. And check it out. Now, they're not mentioning Rich Paul no more. They're mentioning his wife. Seems like Rich Paul might be diming out his boy. You heard me? Yeah. Your boy's court is done. That GOAT debate, I don't even want to talk about it. You use PEDs, homie, your career is over with. Bro, the scoring, it's over. It's over, bro. Kevin Garnett said what he said. Y'all want to hear it? Hold on. Here's a little taste of it again. Hold on. Hey, yeah.
Yeah, he can get a bucket on Brown right now. Nope. Yeah, he can get a bucket. No, wait. Nope. Nah, he can get a bucket on Brown right now. 25. No, I didn't say he ain't. I don't care what he's doing, but he ain't sliding.
LeBron's career is over.
25? Nah. Lord, 25? You still, Lord, he dunking? He's still dunking the ball with. I'm saying that Bronny can get a bucket on Bron. I'm saying he can't. Roll out, get a bucket. 3 dribbles? No way. I'm talking about get a bucket on. No. Man, come on. That little dude is explosive, bro. When you see his dad on that back.
Oh, it's over. It's over. Get in the comments. Run it up. It's over.
First of all, Bronny ain't getting no bucket on Bron. Y'all think I talk football sometimes about the NFL, bro. I've been watching NBA way longer than the NFL. I could play football really well, but I can ball. That's what I went to college for. It was basketball. I know who. Bronny ain't getting no bucket on Bron. I didn't know he said he was on Balco though. And KG is like KG a real dude. That's a real dude. So for him to just say that, either that was slipped out or he knew what he was doing. But damn, I ain't know. Hey, and if that's the case, the GOAT debate is over. He ain't. And if y'all want to know who I think the rawest one to ever touch a ball, don't kill me. Jordan was nice, but Kobe the one, bro. Jordan was nice, but Kobe the one. And I don't want to talk about how many rings they got, because if you want to say that, then Bill Russell got it. Or Wilt got it. But it ain't going to be no... You can even start throwing Robert Horry up in there with all the rings he done took. If you want to start going off the rings. So let's not go off rings. For me, it's Kobe. To somebody who came before, somebody who was raised around the Jordan era, they're going to say it's Jordan. Somebody who raised around the Bron era, going to say it's Bron. I was raised in the Kobe era. That's my guy. I was 3 when he was drafted. I don't remember him being drafted, but I could tell you, like, from the time when we had season tickets to the Kings. So yeah, I watched. I got to watch all the games. I got to always go to the games. But yeah, I got to see Kobe. Kobe was the one for me. That's the one who changed my perspective as far as hooping, being an athlete. So yeah. But if he owned Balco, then no, Bron can't be the GOAT. He can't. Yeah, he might be the leading scorer of all time, but he can't be the GOAT. He used some type of enhancement. Jordan didn't, Kobe didn't. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Waking up from a dream, because physical reality is a dream. You do understand that you're in spirit right now, yes? None of you leave spirit. That's your natural state. You are just dreaming that you've left. That's what physical reality is. A portion of your greater being in non-physical reality is pretending that it's no longer in the spirit realm. But you are there right now, the greater portion of you. And this portion that is seemingly the whole of your identity as a physical being, to the version of you that is in spirit right now, is just about the same as the size of your fingernail. That's your physical being to the spirit that you are. Do you understand? So just like you wake up in the morning from a dream, yes? Is that painful?
No.
Well, then same idea. You're just going to wake up and go, oh, that seemed so real. But now I know that was just a dream and this is who I actually am.
So they're trying to scare the people again with more solar storms. No lights, no water, a blackout, no internet, no food. No, it don't work like that. Let me tell you the truth about these solar storms and what's really taking place. The end of last year, this planet got hit with so many solar storms that is making people wake up spiritually. It's forcing people to wake up. So if you want to be asleep, it's not going to work no more. We are in the age of spirituality. So many people are waking up. Look at the world. But what they're doing is this. If they keep telling people these solar storms are going to cause a blackout, tornadoes, hurricane, if they keep putting fear inside of you about the sun, you are going to be afraid of the sun. And if you are afraid of the sun, you are afraid of your spiritual awakening because the sun activates your spirituality. They cannot stop what's going on. That's the scary part for them. They know a big change is happening right now. So all they can do is make people live in fear. No more internet, no more internet. Did you know that the Matrix is really the internet? The internet is the Matrix. Look at the people on the internet. Everyone look the same, they talk the same, they act the same, they want to be the same. They don't want no spirit no more. They don't want their soul. All they want is Apple Vision and an artificial robot. Once they came out with Apple Vision, it should let everyone know what's really taking place. They are changing our reality once again. It's a matrix within the matrix within the matrix. Therefore, you can never wake up to no kind of spiritual knowledge because you're going to be stuck in so many traps. So what's going on right now with these solar flares? Do not fear these solar flares. The sun is actually waking you up spiritually. The sun is the good guy. The sun is on our side. The sun wants everyone to evolve. Think about it for a moment. All life comes out when we had a sun, right or wrong. So if all life comes out when it's springtime or it's summertime, why would the sun get rid of us if it's giving us more life?
Them new Apple Visions remind me of the movie Ready Player One. That's what remind me of. I done seen, shout out to, if y'all ain't watched Canelo Joseph, he not a woke channel. So, warning before you go there. It's a funny entertainment channel. They do pranks and stuff like that. He walked by a dude who had it on. And I don't really trust it. Me personally, but if you have one, let me know how that experience going for you. I will be interested in knowing how that experience goes. I don't personally want to try it. But, hey, like he said, that ship is coming, and they know it.
It took me 20 years to realize Buu is connected to The Incredibles. So we all grew up watching Monsters, Inc. and The Incredibles. But this theory had my jaw drop down and blew my mind. What if I told you that Violet, Mr. and Mrs. Incredible's daughter, is actually Buu from Monsters, Inc., all grown up? Think about it. They look totally alike. Buu could definitely have grown up to look like Violet. Then there are Buu's amazing hiding abilities. When Sully puts her back in the room, she suddenly appears in front of him. It's certainly possible she was unknowingly using her developing powers. And just like Violet, Buu has a hard time connecting with her powers when she is under pressure and afraid. And when Buu comes back to her room, there is no evidence that her parents called the police, even though their daughter was missing for 1 to 2 days. Maybe they didn't call because they knew Buu could make herself invisible.
Y'all remember Rite Aid, the pharmacy market, Rite Aid? Look up the etymology of the word Rite Aid. It mean ritual. It mean ritual. When you go to the pharmacy market and you grabbing and you look on the back of the medicine and you see all of these different potions, you see all of these different herbs, you see all of these different, what you think these people doing on you? They doing witchcraft on you. When they say, hey, when a woman cook for you, you need her to do what? You need her to put loving in the food. You hear me? You need the woman to put loving in the food. If she cook for you and she got bad intent, if she cooking for you and she got a bad spirit, she mad, she angry, you eat that food, what you think gonna happen with you, baby? If you eat the food and a hair of hers fall in your food, think about that. Speaking, and she's speaking, saliva hitting the food. We're not thinking that deep. That's the problem. You're not thinking that far. So you thinking that it ain't happening to you, what magic is happening to you every day. You up under, most of us is under spells right now. They don't even know it. You think a witch, you think these women ain't witches, you think you ain't a wizard, but they give curse words. When you was thinking about somebody and somebody called, what they say? Speaking of the devil.
Man, I'm gonna have to start bringing him on here a lot more often. I like the way he talk, and I like what he's saying, man. I like his energy. I like that. I'm gonna tune into his frequency. I like that, man. He ain't really off though. He just kind of gave me something to really go look, because I didn't know that Rite Aid meant that. I didn't know that. With The Incredibles and Monsters Inc. and Buu being Violet, you think they reaching? I didn't like The Incredibles. Monsters Inc., that was my shit. When I was a kid, that was my shit, but I don't know, he could be reaching. But I didn't like The Incredibles, so I can't really say if I agree or if I don't agree, because I didn't really watch The Incredibles like that. Let me know if y'all agree.
Alright, I'm sure you've seen this. Last night I saw that house blew up in Virginia, right? So this may be nothing or it may be something. I'll let y'all decide. But after I saw this, today I saw something very odd. Before I show you that, you know, this is the second house that just literally combusted, just blew up in a few months. That's kind of suspect to me. This is the weird part. If a house blew up, you would expect some police, some ambulances, etc., fire trucks. Look at this. All this, these hundreds of cop cars and hundreds of all this coming in there because one house blew up. That's weird. So I don't know about y'all, but when I see a massive turnout like this right here for what they claim to be a house fire, it reminds me of Miami, Florida, when there were hundreds, if not thousands, of police cars and detectives when they said that it was just kids playing in the mall. Anyways, I'm gonna give you 2 clues. Kelly Woods, one of the people that lives in the house. Also, a company being ran from the house, RSC Enterprises. Good luck.
Didn't I say that when we first saw that clip, when the news camera was getting people and they said it looked suspicious? I said that. I said that reminded me of the Miami Mall situation. I said that in the video. That's crazy. Now we see there was a business maybe being ran in that house. Damn.
This man was chasing the woods by elves and got it all on camera.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They would have had to find out. They would have had to find out. You pissing me off now. You got me kind of scared about here. And he wanted those sticks. First of all, I would have threw them damn sticks back. That's first. First and foremost. He looked like he got a sword in his hand or some type of weapon. If that jump ain't too far down and he don't hurt himself and he can get down, or if he can just get in striking distance. Y'all ever seen the movie Waist Deep? I know y'all know Big Meat. Well, I would have been chop on his ass. We pulling that and we chopping everything. And then that laugh would have pissed me off because now you trying to like antagonize me. Now you laughing about it. You just being a little asshole about it. And I'd have been snatching every piece of body off of him with that sword. Everything coming off. We taking necks, heads, arms, legs, everything, bro. That laugh would have pissed me off. We'd have been chopping up everything, bro.
Hey everybody, this is your boy Ghost at it again. Since we can't depend on the regular international news giving us the truth, I want to let you know that the people of Gaza are getting relief from the Jordanian people.
China is experiencing one of its coldest winters ever in life recorded history. Lakes and rivers freezing up instantly, trapping the goddamn animals. This what just happened a couple of days prior, about a week ago, before the freeze started coming. And on top of all of that, cold depths is increasing rapidly due to the temperatures below 52 degrees. It's so goddamn cold that the building's freezing. Let's get into it. Hey, this shit crazy. The building's freezing, the windows freezing, everything. Seeing to me that they with the weatherization machines again. But y'all tell me what y'all think and how y'all feel about all these shenanigans in the comment section. Like, follow, and share for more content.
It's never seen anything like this. There is another video, but I can't find it. But there's a 7 right here. And then down in this spot is a number 6. A number 6. And then if you look here, it's like an arrow pointing up. It's kind of weird. But yeah, never seen anything like this. Never seen anything like this. And this is a storm that is going to hit 48 states next week. So please prepare yourself. Look at this one. Look at this video. Look at this video. So number 76. You see it? 7-6. Let me just zoom it out really quick. Here we go, so you guys have a better view. What do you guys think? Once again happening over the Pacific Ocean. Actually, this was yesterday. And now we are being told to get ready. 48 states needs to be prepared.
So that's 4 days ago. Today the 27th. That was 4 days ago. I was hoping that was sooner, but we didn't get hit with no storm yet. And I've been checking the weather and it don't look like we getting no more rain. I think maybe Saturday it might. But I'm not really quite too sure. It says Sunday gonna be back to the sunny and stuff, but how y'all feel about that? Is the universe telling us something with the numbers in the clouds?
like the stereotypical predator looks like. I don't know what they are, I'd never seen one before, but when it came close to me like this, it was still for a second and then screamed in my face to invoke as much fear as possible. At that point, I had a deep understanding of solfeggio and sound harmonics, and I knew the harmonics to do with my voice to try and get rid of it. I did the sound, which is the Hue, H-U. It's a certain frequency sound, and when I did it, sort of blended, got back into there.
This is important. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be that sound from anybody else's voice. For your voice, it works.
Yeah, the Hue sound, yes.
Yeah.
You can find that on YouTube.
In the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, Jesus says there's no such thing as sin. He goes on to say that sin doesn't exist as we know it. What it really is when we act out of alignment with our truest self. And that our truest self is both fully human and fully divine. We miss the mark when we forget that we are a divine being having a human experience. It's little wonder why the Gospel of Mary Magdalene was meant to be destroyed. But thankfully, rather than being fully destroyed, it was simply hidden. And we have found a huge part of it now, where we can begin to understand what Jesus' message really was, rather than believing the lie that we were born inherently sinful. We are divine beings, and sin doesn't exist.
So I had a question for a preacher one time. And then I was living kind of wild. But I always had a good heart though. I just sometimes would lose that. Just feeding into a certain lifestyle that I might have been raised like. Let's put it like that. And I asked him, I said, now it says that we made in the image of the Lord. So why can't I carry myself like a higher power? Not saying I am the God. Why can't I carry myself like a God? Why can't I react to things the way he would? If I'm made in the image of him, why can't I inspire to be good? Why can't I live my life to be good? Not be him, but mimic his steps. Because when we talking about growing up, we got good people, we got bad people. You want to mimic the good people, right? So why can't we mimic him? Why can't we try to do what he do? If they say manifestation, you manifesting, you creating your reality. Wouldn't God be able to create his reality? Wouldn't God be able to manifest something? Only difference is he probably can make it happen in the snap of his fingers. Manifestation in this realm take a little bit longer to, progress and make itself appear. As long as your vibration is in tune with it as well. You vibrate at a certain frequency. You gotta make sure your mindset in the right spot to make things, and maybe you could make things manifest like that. I don't know. I haven't experienced that yet. I've heard stories, but I'm just asking. Because I asked him, I said, we had this talk, and I was breaking down all those things. And I said, but if I call myself a nigga or something, like, everybody cool with that. Like, that's cool. But if I said I was a God, I didn't say the God, language, remember. I said I was a God. Like, I can manifest, I can destroy, I can do all these things. I could be, they say God is a God of love, God is a God of wrath also. So like, yeah, that's the questions I had. And I ain't gonna tell you the response. Go on live for the response he gave. I'm gonna just tell you, the response that he gave, he really didn't even answer the question. He didn't know how. And that's when I knew then I couldn't put my faith in him. You don't even know how to answer the questions that I got. God can answer that though. One day me and him will be able to have that conversation as everybody else. But that's the question I have for a preacher. So when she asking some of those, I mean, I was asking that preacher, my pastor, that stuff. He couldn't answer it. He couldn't answer it. He didn't even have a response. He was just talking back to me. Well, you need to do this, you need to do that. Bro, are you gonna answer the question?
Why you came, family? And you mean to tell me that you don't know that you chosen? Man, you better wake up and smell the chosenness, man. And stop fronting on yourself. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. You are a miracle. You are inspiration, man. You are a miracle. You are chosen. You are a starseed. You are somebody that's supposed to be seen. You are somebody that's supposed to be heard, man. You are blessed. Don't forget that. You are blessed, man.
I'm here to remind you. Every day. I don't care how long it takes. You gonna get it. You gonna get it, sis. You gonna get it, bro. I'm gonna make sure of that. I'm gonna make sure of that.
System. They named themselves after their homeworld, but the original name of their race is Gnomopo, one of the oldest known races that still lives in a predatorial existence. And these predators can travel interdimensional, tall, wide, and large, looking insectoid beings with a poisonous tail. They are not humanoid-based, and their genetic composition is, to our knowledge, neither reptile, gray, or anything else living in this galaxy. Negumac Nomopo are unique. They are androgynous and reproduce by laying giant eggs. And then they fertilize them once the eggs have reached a certain level of maturity. They are monstrous warriors and terrorize everyone, even the Draco Reptilian Empire. They are highly feared in all galaxies and are not a part of the Galactic Federation of Worlds. Negumac have the power to wipe out the reptilian race from existence, and the Federation of Worlds is trying to figure out how to win their alliance till this day. Their ships are made of a dark, glossy metal and of very elaborate shapes. Negumac are interestingly shown many science fiction films, such as Star Wars and Star Trek, and their size can be up to a whopping 40 feet in height. They have performed abductions on various planets, including Earth. All that is known is that they use mind control very skillfully and release the captives afterward. The awareness of their existence was discovered by multiple Earth's governments back in 1985 through 1989. The Nor, who are a peaceful group.
The elevation changes as you go towards the water. Is it possible that they have filled in the other ancient buildings around the surrounding area and built on top of it and made it look like a hill instead? Are we driving on top of ancient remains? Now, as a side note, I wanted to mention that I think it's really odd that we all know what CERN is, but the town that CERN is in is called Geneva. And it's a particle accelerator place located in a town called Geneva. Fermilab is a particle accelerator place, and it is also located in a town called Geneva. Yet CERN is in Switzerland, and Fermilab is in the United States of America, right next to Chicago. So why are these towns called Geneva hosting particle accelerator plants? I just find that very interesting, and I just wanted to put that out there for us all to think about.
Here we are walking up towards St. Charles. I can already see an old world building. This is just in front of everybody. Nobody understands what they're looking at or what they're driving past. It's unbelievable. Look at the windows, the circular window in the front. Look at the stonework. It's just incredible. This is not the way we build today. This is incredible. Over and over again, when you're walking throughout these towns, you see that they tried to fix the building and they didn't know how, so they used a different material. Over and over, you'll see it. It's two different materials to try to fix this building. Here's a clear picture. And they didn't know how, so they used a different material. Over and over, you'll see it. It's two different materials to try to fix this building. Here's a clear picture. This building is incredible. There is stonework like you wouldn't believe in the front of it. It's an insurance company building. Guys, this is not an insurance company building that you see in your everyday area. It's impossible. We don't build like that. Here's another where they tried to fix it and they had to use different material. It's clear as day and it's right in front of you. Look at the windows above this building. It's called Lewis, but just look straight up. Look at above the windows. Do we build like this? You have to ask yourself, do we build like this? The answer is no. Look at the architecture on this bay window. Clearly built from the old world. On the side of this building, it's called Smitty's. It looks weird. Like they have one on each side of the road, And there's clear tech right on top of that thing. And they're on both sides of the road. And another building with its brick and its stone. It's two different things. So obviously they needed to fix it or something. It's just clear as day right in front of your face. Very weird. Now, this hotel, the front entrance is incredible. It's nothing like we built today. It has 4 pillars that are spiraling with incredible stonework right above it. Another state bank with granite pillars in St. Charles, Illinois. Here's another hotel, 1851. 1851, they were building these.
If you go to downtown Sac, they got a building. You know the one where it looked like it's where he said something about them fixing the building, and they fixed the bricks back, right? It's right before he showed the little bridge with the little antenna going up. It looks like the way the building was built. It's like a building, and it's like it looked like a little tower sitting above that. We got a lot of those in downtown Sac. Old Sac buildings got the brick like that too a little bit, but we got a lot of buildings like that. It makes Sonic Temple downtown Sac look like got like pillars like that. And some of the architecture on the windows, how they built, old downtown Sac looks like that, man. We got a cathedral church, I think it's Cathedral Church. That church looks like, yeah. And somebody said that the Capitol buildings was taken over, and those was built by the Tartarians, and now they official buildings, you know, government took over them. But yeah, downtown Sac look like that a lot. If you from Sac, man, you know what I'm talking about. Spam it up if you is, and let everybody know how the city look.
While there are many dangers in the world, the threat from Iraq stands alone. He is a danger.
Video 2 about him.
If you had a coffee mug, the amount of space in that coffee mug has enough potential power to boil off all the oceans of the world. Nikola Tesla called it the infinite energy field. That was mastered decades ago. Once you get it tapped, it's just flowing. That means that every home, business, car, manufacturing, village in Africa would be able to have a device that would generate all the energy they need for all the needs that we have for a modern civilization. There's no pollution, there's no radiation, and once you have the system, there's no cost. The problem is, you know, if that technology were to be disclosed, it's a quadrillion dollars in proven assets, oil, gas, coal, that are obsolete. That's what they're protecting.
This technology has been around for decades.
About 100 years, there has been empirical evidence of this energy field.
But the part that blows me away is, man, there's really no point for it though. $1 quadrillion. So what? It sounds like you just got people who want to control other people. That's what it all boils down to. What the hell does it matter to the 1% if we get free energy, if we could just have free energy? It doesn't make no sense. If you want to be honest, they just bored ass people. Imagine if there was no money involved in the world and everybody just lived their life. Like, just think about that for a second. No money mattered. No money. There was no such thing as cash, a US dollar, or no type of currency nowhere in the world. And everybody just lived their life. Don't you think life would be a lot more simple? But I mean, I get people wouldn't want to work for free. I get that. But, and it's like, I guess money thrown in there as an incentive, but it just doesn't make sense. If we have free energy, how does that concern you, bro? How does that bother you? We living in our house by ourselves, way across the country, and a government official could live way somewhere else, whoever, 1%. Why do they want to control us so much? It just does not make no sense to me. It doesn't make no sense. And that's when I be like, me, I'm built different. I could give a damn about the next person and what they got going on, how much money they got, what they eating, what they learning, how they living. If it ain't concerning me and you ain't in my house, I don't care. And if I had the opportunity to give everybody free energy, I would. And whatever you choose to do with that energy, that's your business. It has nothing to do with me. But the fact that they put money around everything, and that's how they control people, that shit bothers the hell out of me, bro. But we made it to the end of this. I appreciate y'all if y'all stuck all the way through. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. I know we coming with about 4 videos a week. And this for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, it helps the collective get bigger. Helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this type of content. But I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna let y'all get on up out of here. And until I see y'all in the next one, man, we gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount.